Good day, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel of the Capuchin JPIC, Embrace the World. Today, we are fortunate to have one of our brothers who is part of the San Lorenzo Fraternity project here in Europe, which is now not just situated in Europe, but is slowly expanding throughout the world. And he belongs to the fraternity of Celle di Cortona in Italy. Now, I am going to ask his name is Brother Ivan Scicluna. No? Ivan Scicluna. Brother Ivan Scicluna. Brother Ivan Scicluna belongs to the province of Malta. And we visited their friary in Celle about more than a year ago, no? During the COVID time, and my experience staying in their friary was really a very, very touching experience. It really made me feel heaven on earth, and it was a good experience. And now we are fortunate to have Brother Ivan with us, and Brother Ivan will explain a little bit more of the San Lorenzo Fraternity project. So, Brother Ivan, can you tell us a little bit more about the San Lorenzo Fraternity?
Sure. You know, we are in this time of COVID, of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And I think in our way of life as Capuchins, we can have two coronavirus, not one.
Two coronavirus, okay.
Two variants of the same thing.
Uh-huh.
What we call activism and individualism.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I know myself to be living in that way. Activism, to work, and you're a bit alone. You're a bit alone, no? Mm-hmm. Individualism. Mm-hmm. So they go together. Mm-hmm. And when the center of my life was the work I do, in a sense, I become what I do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I begin to lose my identity of who I am, because what I do becomes more important. And as I see it after 6 years in this project that you mentioned, I think the project tries to make a shift of emphasis. It no longer departs from what we do, from the mission, which remains important. Our order remains a missionary order. We have to go out. Mm-hmm. We have to work. And work is beautiful. Mission is lovely. In my country, the Pope was there last month, and in one homily in Gozo, he said for 7 times, the joy of the church is to evangelize, to go out. Mm-hmm. And I think the joy of a Capuchin is to evangelize, to be on mission. Mm-hmm. But I think the project San Lorenzo, it does not depart from that emphasis anymore. It tries to rediscover something more essential, so that our mission, our going out, can be more forceful, more effective, more fruitful. And it can help a brother, a friar, as it did to me in these 6 years, to put at the center not what I do, but what I am, who I am. And the Capuchin, as we know, before doing, he is a person who prays, like Francis did, and the first Capuchins did, and lengthy prayer, meditation, not just vocal prayer. The project encourages us to rediscover, apart from vocal prayer, common prayer, the 1 hour meditation a day, in silence.
The one that is as by our constitution.
Exactly. As a minimum.
As a minimum.
Where the main task to meditate is not what you say, but how much you listen to the voice of the Lord, and then you answer. So A Capuchin is somebody who prays at length, like St. Francis did, who doesn't journey alone but with others. So he lives in fraternity. But it isn't enough to physically be present to another. The project invites us to journey with the other, to forge intimate rapport with the other, coming to know the other, sharing, intimacy, doing things together, spending time together, recreation together, cleaning together, submission together. So it is not just common life, but intimacy of living.
Of living together, yeah.
We can be together the whole day, but we don't know each other.
Yes, it's true.
I can pray with you 5 times a day, but you don't know a comma of my life. So the project, through regular local chapters, we call them monthly meetings of the community. Lectio Divina, where we share our life in light of the Word of God. It encourages us to give priority to intimacy in fraternal life. So prayer, fraternity, and then we call it poverty or simplicity. I like the word in Italian, essenzialità. The essential. What is essential?
What is essential? Okay.
So we don't live in misery. We have what we eat, we have all the means of communication and cars. We use everything, but we don't accumulate. We strike the balance between misery, not having things, and having too much or luxury. We have what is essential to live.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. As they say, the virtue is always the midway between two extremes.
Two extremes, true. Yes.
So, poverty, simplicity, essentiality is the midway between not having things, which is an extreme, misery,
extreme misery,
to be avoided, and having more than you need,
more than you need,
luxury, which is to be avoided. And I think the project encourages us in the monthly meetings to revise even this value. How much are we being essential in the money we use, in the cars we use, in the work we do, in the clothes we wear? Like this austere, sober, poor lifestyle. So yes, once a Capuchin rediscovers these 3 core values of the Capuchin charism, a deep prayer life, an intense fraternal life, and as much as we can, a poor, simple lifestyle, then we can go out, we can do, but with that identity.
With that identity, okay. So there goes the 4th one.
The 4th one, mission.
Mission, yeah.
But I can tell you, when I began slowly, with all my limits, to live more intensely the first 3 values, even if I go on mission alone to preach, for example, I feel not alone.
True.
I feel 5 inside, because we are 5.
We are 5, you're the fraternity, no?
You feel 5. And automatically you tell your audience, I came physically alone, but I am carrying 5 with me. And they are praying for us, and it's true. And they are thinking of us. And I left them, and I will go back to them. And I will bring you to them. So,
very good expression of solidarity, very good expression of the intimate fraternity. No? That even if one friar is out, the whole brothers are with him in spirit and in prayer. No?
Although then the project also invites us to physically do, where we can, something together. Mission in solidarity. For example, at Le Celle, there is a very good tradition since almost 30 years now of what is called a school of prayer, scuola di preghiera, where in certain months, every Saturday, there is a moment of catechesis, a talk on a spiritual subject, and then half hour of guided prayer. And throughout the week, the friar who did the talk on Saturday, in the morning, on a WhatsApp group with 300 participants, he puts some points for daily meditation to help the people to meditate every day on the theme that was treated in the
At the
talk
start of the week,
of
no?
Saturday, yes.
So the people that you are touching are not only the pilgrims that visit Lecce.
I will come to that.
Okay,
after.
okay, yeah.
This is like kind of a spiritual event,
Uh-huh.
which we do from January to March, every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
And all of us are involved, all the friars by
Every
turn.
member
We
of
do
the
it together,
fraternity.
no? And I was very struck, we were struck by the feedback of the people. They don't mention Brother Joel or Brother Ivan or Brother X or Brother Y. The brothers.
The brothers.
We see you together. We see you united. So there is a kind of fraternal pastoral activity that is visible, that is tangible, that is beautiful, and it helps our humility. If you go alone, it's very easy to fall in the temptation of lack of humility. You feel protagonist.
You become in the limelight.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when we share pastoral work together, it helps our minority, our humility. And you are happy that in the limelight is not you, but the core group,
The core group,
fraternity.
the fraternity. Yes.
About the pilgrims, yes, since Celle, where I am, in Cortona, a very beautiful place, a place where Saint Francis was for at least 3 times.
Can you tell a little bit about this when St. Francis visited Lecce?
Francis came to Celle, it is said, the first time in 1211 to preach. Then he was led to this place where Celle is now. There is a very nice friary, which in Francis' time didn't exist. It was just the valley between 2 mountains and the stream and the trees and the birds and the rocks. And Francis, after preaching, he went to this desolate place to pray. And he liked this place. He came back 4 years after that in 1215 to spend an Easter there with his brothers. And he came the last time before dying in 1226. He died in that year, age 45, 3rd October in Porziuncolo, Assisi. In the spring of that year, he was at Lecce.
Okay.
And it is said that probably in that last visit, he dictated, or he at least fashioned, the testament which he left to us friars. After his death, Friar Elia, one of his first followers, he began to construct the first part of this friary to make a memory where the saint used to stay when he came there. In fact, up till today, we have what is called the Cell of Saint Francis. It is still there. And through the years, the brothers always enlarged the place according to the needs of the community, of the people. It was given to us Capuchins in the year 1537. And since that year, it has remained under Capuchin custody. We Capuchins, we added the last corridor, the longest one, in the highest part of the building, which for 400 years and more served as novitiate. So imagine how many novices have passed
through this
corridor.
Mhm.
So La Celle was a place that forged so many people into our way of life. Today, it is still doing that, in a sense. Not novices. But we friars, we are 5 friars, International Fraternity. There are 2 Italians, 1 from Slovenia, 1 from Nigeria, and I am from Malta. And together we try to live with all our limits these 4 values I spoke of. No? Prayer life, fraternal life, the simple, essential life, no? Even manual work. We try to do everything that is possible, except the cooking. We have a cook.
But you still cook on weekends, no?
But we cook on weekends, on Sundays, and in the evenings. And in the lockdown, when she couldn't come,
you had to do
took over.
everything.
And it's amazing how some of us did not know how to cook. And in that time, they tried. And now they enjoy.
They enjoy cooking.
When the time comes.
Okay.
So it's amazing how a difficult time can blossom into a discovery of our talents, of hidden talents, no?
Yes.
Which we can develop. So together we try to keep up this rhythm of Capuchin life, very simple. And we welcome brothers, friars, Capuchins, you came along.
Yes.
Who come some come for a short time, a weekend or a couple of days. Some come for a month, some for 3 months, some for a year. At the moment we have an Italian friar for a whole year.
Okay.
Like a sabbatical, no? And those who come, at least we are seeing that they are being helped to rediscover, as happened to me, what is more essential than work or before working. Who we are. I see them rediscovering the silence, the prayer, the meditation, the interior life. Having time for yourself, to listen to the voice of God. I see them enjoying fraternity life. And they come into our way of life, our cooking, our cleaning, our gardening, because we have a garden. And also we have our own vegetables, so they come and do that work. And the wood that we cut, and the olives that we take care of, orchards. So there's so much manual work. I remember one friar, whose work was very often office work. He came to La Celle, and apart from the prayer and fraternity, he said, I will take back with me the value of manual work, which I need to rediscover, because my life is too heady, too virtual, in front of the office and the screen. It did me well to touch the soil, to see vegetables grow, to clean pots and pans. No? So
you became grounded again.
Yes.
To reality.
Yes. And as you know, for Saint Francis, there is no hierarchy of works. Work is a grace.
Yes, it's a grace.
If you clean or if you preach, it's the same grace.
True.
Who cleans the toilets is doing nothing inferior to the one who preaches or who confesses. We are continuing the act of creation of God.
Yes.
Whether we clean, whether we confess, whether we preach, whether we do gardening, whether we welcome people. So many people come also, pilgrims and tourists and groups and scouts, and they come to visit the place. And we friars, we welcome them, we give them guided tours, not just the historical part, but also the spiritual part. We always like to invite them for a moment of silence, for example. Close your eyes and listen to the voice of nature, to the voice of silence, to the voice of God within you. So, and sometimes pilgrims come, and even some poor man asking for one night lodging, and we have a room just next to our church with a toilet. It has all the essential things, and we enjoy to welcome pilgrims or poor people in this room for a night or two, and to give them supper and dinner, and also to listen to them.
Yes. And this is very important.
It is very nice. Not just to give food to a poor man, to a pilgrim, but a listening ear. Very often today, one kind of poverty is not having anyone to give you attention, to listen to you, to love you, to give you time. So a Capuchin at Celle who lends an attentive ear to a poor man besides giving him what to eat is something very beautiful, which I like to do. And before they leave, they tell you, not just the food or the money, but thank you for giving me time, for listening to me, for giving me love. As Mother Teresa used to say, that the greatest poverty is not social poverty, but not being loved.
Not being loved, true.
So offering the love, I think we can cater for this poverty, which is called loneliness, no? Aloneness.
Even our brothers also experience poverty, being loved. And you also help them experience these things that they long for also, no? I remember that because we are already growing in the number of friaries who are following the spirit of the San Lorenzo Fraternities. And it seems that at this present time, the brothers who are inspired to be part of such fraternities are already visiting the Celle and Spello, no? To spend some time before they are immersed into these fraternities. Can you share a little bit more about this?
In these last years, when the project began, there are already some houses, communities of San Lorenzo. There are two in Italy, Celle in Cortona where I am, Spello in Umbria. Then there are two in France, at Clermont-Ferrand and in Lourdes. In Spain, at Leon. In Belgium, Antwerp.
Yes.
And there are some more who are cropping up. Like there will be one in Hungary this summer opening up. Two in South America, possibly one in north of England. So, yes. And somehow, the idea is developing that those who are interested to participate in the Fraternity of San Lorenzo Fraternities, of this project, they come for a while just to see, to observe, to participate in our life at Celle di Cortona and in Spello. I think even Lourdes sometimes.
They also welcome brothers
just to have a
preparing
different
to be
kind
part
of
of these
experience. No? Because in Celle it is more welcoming brothers.
So how long do they usually stay on the average?
We had two brothers who will open the fraternity in Hungary this summer. They came for 1-2 weeks in Lent. And now the other two brothers who will be with them, who were before in Hungary, will be coming after Easter now for 2 weeks. Then in June of this year, the two fraternities of South America, there are 10 friars, 5 will be coming over to Cortona and Spello. 5 will spend 2 weeks at Cortona, the other 5, 2 weeks in Spello. Then they switch.
Then they change. That's good.
Also, one friar who will be forming part of the Fraternity San Lorenzo in north of England, in Durham. He came to Spello and to Cortona last September for a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
So yes, this is the idea that to use the houses that are functioning
Mm-hmm.
to benefit those who are preparing for this project.
That's right.
And it is very nice for us to...
And this is also open to other friars, even if they're not part of the San Lorenzo Fraternity, no? If they want to have a deeper experience of our way of life, they can
Yes,
stay
Sure,
in the fraternity, no?
sure. All Capuchins from the whole world
Mm-hmm.
can come to one of these houses and they just enter our way of life, which is nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
It's just their calling also.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But we see them rediscovering the essentials.
And the beauty of our charism.
Exactly.
Yes.
I remember one other friar who was very immersed in activism
Mm-hmm.
many, many years.
Okay.
And he came over to us for a time and he told me, you know, mission is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Activity is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Working is fantastic. But
Mm-hmm.
when it becomes activism,
Mm-hmm.
it drains you out of the essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Prayer,
Mm-hmm.
fraternity,
Mhm.
and a simple lifestyle.
Mhm.
Because the focus becomes what I do.
The one that you shared earlier,
Yes,
no? Just activity.
And I was seeing him,
Yeah.
we were seeing him
Mhm.
enjoying the prayer life,
Prayer life,
the fraternity,
that's right.
and going back with a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of conversion, no?
Mm-hmm.
Within our
Mm-hmm.
order.
So it was like a renewal also for him.
Renewal, that's the word.
Mm.
That's the word. Renewal.
And I guess this is the spirit of the San Lorenzo Fraternity.
This is it. As I see it, I
Mhm.
might be wrong. I'm
Mhm.
still learning.
Mhm.
But this is very beautiful.
How many years have you been already part of the San Lorenzo
6
Fraternities?
years.
6 years. The first few years were in
I
Spello,
spent 3 years in the fraternity of Spello,
and
and
then
now 3 years in Cortona.
in Cortona.
I'm very happy to have done
Both.
2 experiences, yes.
And one thing that I found very inspiring was when we visited Father Mauro and Father Stefan, who were part of the General Council before,
Yes.
became part of the
They
fraternity.
began the project. in a sense.
They began the
They
project
go
in the
ahead.
channel. And we were working with them in the olive orchard, no? They were doing all the work and everything like that, and it was really very touching for us. We get to see everybody is equal. Everybody experiences this intimate fraternal relationship. They even cooked for the fraternity. Everybody was doing their own share. And the experience of prayer in the Celle is really very profound. One of the spirit that the Celle is pursuing at this present time is promoting prayer and spirituality, no? And it's not only the friars who are benefiting from it, but also the lay people who are visiting the place.
Sure.
And now I was surprised that you also have online apostolates.
Yes, because this school of prayer,
Mm-hmm.
which I spoke of,
Mm-hmm.
it is open for lay people mainly, not
Yes.
for everyone. We put all the catechesis online.
How can they
They are
avail this
visible
online?
on our website.
Okay, so
You can go Le Celle,
uh-huh.
just type Le Celle,
The Celle.
website comes up and you click on that and you go in the window where there is catechesis online.
Okay.
There you will find the school of prayer, not just of this year, but in the archives of all the years back.
Okay.
So there's a great resource there
Mm-hmm.
for anyone who would like to deepen prayer, spiritual life, and Franciscan spirituality.
Beautiful.
Because
So
some talks
maybe we
are-
can put the link of your website in the description of the video, no?
Sure.
That's beautiful, yes. So these materials they can access through your
Yes,
website.
it is open to everyone.
Beautiful.
One last thing that,
Yes.
comes up here. no?
Yes, sir.
The Pope Francis, he likes to say that the church grows through attraction. I like that word, attraction, no? And I think our order, if I can steal the phrase from the Pope, applying it to us, the Capuchin order can grow through attraction. I think we can be Capuchins, we can be Christians out of duty, because we have to, because we have always done it that way. But we can discover what is attractive, what attracts me as a Christian, as a Capuchin. And I think what attracts is beauty. No? Something beautiful, it attracts you, it draws you, it seduces you. And I think the project is inviting us to rediscover the beauty, not only prayer, the beauty of prayer. Not fraternal life, the beauty of being brothers and sisters. Not the simple poor life, the beauty of being free. Poverty is freedom from things to use them in the right measure. Not mission, but the beauty of mission. And I think for a Capuchin who has this call to follow St. Francis in this way of life, has the call to this beauty. And we feel attracted to it. And when somebody comes and he touches this beauty, if he is also called, something will move inside. So, attraction. We're in the pandemic and the coronavirus is contagious.
So this one becomes contagious.
Beauty is contagious. Beauty is attractive. And we are seeing this. It happens to us who are in the project. It happens to brothers who come to share our life. It happens to people. So I think the project is putting in the limelight this attraction to the beauty of our charism.
I somehow have the feeling that this project is slowly making our brothers come alive and be on fire. It reminds me of the story about these disciples who were on their way to Emmaus. At the end of their encounter with Jesus, they were saying, weren't our hearts burning? We were with him. And I guess if the brothers could really come alive, be a flame, no? The people would be saying, weren't our hearts burning when we were?
In fact, the project began with Brother Mauro Genuin.
Yes.
The letter, which he had done in 2008, remember? Let us fan the flame of our charism.
Yes, the flames of our charism.
The project is one kind of response. It is not the solution. It is not the only tentative. It's one experiment. It is still embryonic as an experiment. No? There might be other ways. And our order is always open to all kinds of initiatives.
Yes.
This is one way, as you say, that we are trying to rekindle, fan the flame of the beauty of our charism.
So it's
a very nice word.
So it's now like a candle that has just been lit, and hopefully more candles.
Exactly. Yeah. Like in the vigil of Easter, no?
Yes.
The Paschal candle, and all the others begin to light. They have a whole church.
The room is filled with light. No, it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's the idea. Hopefully, I remember the saying of Jesus. No, I have come to set the world on fire.
Yes.
And
true.
how I wish it is already burning. I think we can steal that and imagine our founder Francis saying, I have come in this world to bring fire. The fire of the Franciscan.
Yes, true.
And how I wish it will rekindle. And maybe we are trying with this project together to rekindle this flame.
I'm thinking right now of a lion with his tail aflame, and running around the field and setting the whole field aflame. Yes, it's beautiful. So this is the beauty of the San Lorenzo Fraternity, and it is slowly growing, and it is slowly inspiring our friars and our brothers, and not only our friars, but also the people who visit the places, our fraternities. And we hope that this video has been inspiring for you. And if you are interested to know more about these things, you can visit the website of our fraternity in Celle. We will be placing the link in the description of this video. Thank you very much, Brother
Thank you
Ivan.
for the opportunity.
And thank you for gracing us in this day. It's been a wonderful moment of sharing, of fraternal sharing.
Exactly.
And hopefully it will set some fires aflame for those who are watching us right now.
Thank you for all you are doing,
Okay.
even on the media, to fan the flame of our
CHARISM. Okay, so this has been a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being with us. Until next time, may God bless all of you. And always remember, you are loved and you are not alone. God is always with us. God accompanies us in our journey. And all we need to do is to always remember that He is with us. Until next time, thank you so much, Brother Ivan. Have a great day.
Amen.